Hello and welcome to Crypto Haven. My name is Sean and I'm excited to bring you another video in our little mini series on the lessons and mistakes that I've made and how to avoid those if you possibly can, because I know it's difficult when things are going up like crazy and there's a lot of noise with different coins popping off to 200, 300%, 1,000%. And really stay focused on your long-term strategy, because that's what this channel is all about, is getting in for the long-term, investing in the future. And I believe that's Bitcoin and blockchain technology. So I'm investing in myself, and I truly believe that that's where we're going. So if you do want to trade, and if you do want to swing trade or anything, there's plenty of influencers and YouTubers that I do follow, that I really think that they have done a great job of explaining it. And I'll link some of those channels below. But really, this channel is really to simplify this whole thing, simplify the process. Get you to understand the basics of Bitcoin blockchain technology, how to get in on it, and how to really profit, by just holding it, right? By just being an early adopter. So if you can get in early on a brand new technology, it's really in its infancy stage still, because it hasn't been adopted mainstream. But you have large banks, you have Cash App, and you have PayPal. You have things like Crypto.com and now Swipe that's should be coming here to the U.S. But these are debit cards that you can get, and you can hold cryptocurrency on there and use your debit card. You can earn interest, like crazy interest, like 10, 15, 16, 20% by just holding your coins. So where can you get that in a bank? In a savings account, in a checking account, in a CD? You can't get that. So these are amazing opportunities that people just don't know about. I talk to people all the time that just I can see their disinterest in their eyes because I get too technical with them, right? But really, if they can get into something, they care about money. They care about, hey, what can this do? How can I just invest and not worry about it, right? And that's what I want you to understand. If that's where you're at and you're just you just search Bitcoin, you just search cryptocurrency, and you're trying to find out, hey, how can I get into this? What is it in its simplest form, and not be turned off by somebody charting the entire video, which I think is important and I soak that stuff up, but you may not. So if you're not that type of person that wants to look at the charts or wants to go deep into a specific coin, which again I think is important, but it's not for everybody. So if that's the case, then you can simply get Cash App and purchase Bitcoin on Cash App, and you can just hold it there, right? If you want to put it onto a ledger, which I'll show you in a future video. If you want to put it on a ledger or a Trezor or something like a hardware wallet is what it's called, you can do that, and you can just hold it, right? Now there are ways to keep it safe, and there are ways to make sure that you know what your key is, your passphrase is. Which again, I'll go over that in a future video, so stay tuned for those. But this is about getting into the space and having a simplified version of what Bitcoin is, and then when you get into it, not to make those mistakes, right? And let me talk to you a little bit more about the mistakes that I've made. So you look at these things, and in 2017 things were going crazy, right? You'd see a coin and it'd be a penny, and all of a sudden it would be 12 cents. Right? Or more, right? So you would have, 8 cents and it would go up to 50 cents or $1. I mean, it was just going crazy. People were speculating all these things, and these big whales, which are people with just a lot of money in the space, would take their money and put it into one coin, pump it up, and then put in the next one, pump it up, and then continue to do that. Right? So now that's speculation, and that happens. You have these huge pump and dumps in speculation. But when you have a adoption of a project or a coin or a new space like Bitcoin, like Ethereum, and people are actually using it in the real world, you have sustainable growth, right? So you may have some dips along the way, but you're going to sustain going up along the way. And that's what Bitcoin has done for years and years. And now we're seeing more and more people talking about it. You have money people talking about it. You have Fidelity getting into it. You have all these people with bigger money, get adopted. In 2017, you couldn't go to Yahoo Finance and see Bitcoin and Ethereum and Ripple on there. Now you can, right? So now there's all these things happening in this space, right? But it's still early. It's still an opportunity to get in there. My mistake is trying to catch those big things along the way. And it's so easy to do. If you're watching it, there's noise everywhere and it's so loud, right? You have all these things going. You have your coin that's just staying stagnant, like this is never going to happen, right? So I have a quick story for you. So when I was day trading, I got into Weight Watchers, right? And I was kind of day trading with my wife a little bit, and she's more of the stable, patient one, and I can be a little impatient sometimes. But we had Weight Watchers, and it was just kind of staying stagnant for a while, and nothing was happening. And I literally sold it. Okay, I didn't tell her, and I sold it. And the next morning, I woke up, and it was crazy. It was like 4 times the amount, right? And so I look at my wife and I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe, Weight Watchers went up. And she's like, that's good, right? And I said, well, I sold it yesterday. And I had leverage on it and everything. So I had 4 times leverage on it at the time. And I think I had about, 20,000, 4 times leverage. So there was like 80,000. So it was a huge missed opportunity, right? And what happened was Oprah Winfrey ended up, signing on with Weight Watchers, and it just went, berserk. So that was before my cryptocurrency days that I was really into it. And but now we're seeing that kind of stuff happen over and over with cryptocurrency. So it's a lot of noise, and it's something that, like I was saying, hey, I'm either done with it or this one's happening right now and I want to get in. Well, when you start to buy ones that are pumping like that, usually you get dumped on, right? And that's what you don't want, because if you're looking for long-term growth, when you get dumped on, it could mean 50%, and then you're chasing. I live in Vegas, right? We go and we spend $1,000 on the tables or whatever, and then it starts to go down, and then we try to chase our money. That's what I want you guys to avoid, trying to chase that money. Buy it, hold it, and when it goes up, because it's not about when you buy, it's about when you sell. Okay, keep that in mind. It's about when you sell. So if you keep it, even if it fluctuates, if your long-term plan is, hey, I'm going to sell it when it goes higher, then great. Then again, take it, pay off some debt, do whatever you want for it, go on a nice vacation. I wouldn't suggest taking all of it out, because I do think over the years it's going to continue to go up. But there's nothing wrong with taking profits along the way and doing the things that you want to do, right? So, or living debt free. There's going to be that opportunity coming up to be able to live debt free, because you're going to take these gains and pay off these cheap dollars that you're getting debt in, or that you may have debt in. So these are lessons that I've learned, mistakes that I've made, but also things that we're seeing now and realize gains now, because I stuck it out, because I didn't give up and throw in the towel, because I love this space. I think it's fascinating. I think it's the way of the future. So I stuck around, and I've now been rewarded for doing that. So these are again, great opportunities, and I truly believe that we're still in that stage where we haven't had liftoff yet. We have the upside is exponential. So that's what we're waiting for. That's why I started this channel, because it's really just talking crypto, talking the opportunity, and not really diving into charts and things, because again, it's what I like. But it's not necessarily what everybody likes or what they stick around for. And it may even turn you off from getting into the space, because I don't want to look at that stuff. I don't know, what these wedges are and flag patterns and all these different things. I just want to know, hey, what is it? How do I get into it? If it does go up, hey, I want to be part of that. And if that's you, then this is the opportunity. And I would definitely let you know that once you get into it, there's going to be those things that come in. You're going to, you kind of go where your money is a lot of times, right? You put money in, and you want to pay attention to it more. So then you start to hear things, or you start to, engage in more conversations, whether it's face to face or over the internet or a chat room or something. It's like, oh, what do you think about this other coin and stuff? and that happens, and it just naturally progresses like that, and that's where people really get into a position where they start chasing these other things, and they start listening to people and things like that, and you go away from your strategy and your original plan. That, I've looked at it plenty of times. If I had mentioned before that I bought Bitcoin in 2013 for $250, right? I bought 4 of them, which isn't a ton of money, but I was just dipping my toes in the water at the time. So when I bought them, if I still had four Bitcoin at from 250, I'd be sitting on $50,000 from just that original investment of 1,000, right? So that's a 50x gain, which is really nice. So those are things that I would just suggest, because these are my own experiences. If you just buy and hold for a longer term, and not start jumping around or kind of throwing the towel for a period of time, because it's going to come back. It's inevitably going to come back for everybody, because this thing's going to be at 50,000, 100,000, and you're almost by default going to have to buy Bitcoin at some point. Do you want to buy it now at just under 12,000, or do you want to buy it at 50, 100, 500, or $1 million, right? A fraction of it at least. So those are the things that I want to bring to you, because we're going in that direction. We see it. It's some of the big time investors and people with money, and even if people aren't talking about it, like Warren Buffett wasn't a gold person before, and now he's buying gold. And you better believe that these big people that aren't coming forward right now are buying Bitcoin, because that's what people with money do. They buy it before everybody else does, and then they sell when it's higher down the road. So get into this space. Don't make those mistakes. If you have questions or comments down below, go ahead and put those in there, because I'd like to be able to answer those and help you through some of these things that I've struggled with in the past, that I've learned from and now profiting from. So I love to go over those things and help when I can. Make sure you're subscribing to the channel, liking the videos to help out the page a little bit, and in the channel, and getting us 2 more people that hopefully will get in the space and not be turned off because it's too complex, because it's really not. It's simple to buy, simple to hold, and simple to profit, as long as you're doing the right things in the future. So I'll cut this video off here, but thank you for watching, and looking forward to bringing you a new video shortly here. Looking to do at least probably 1 video a day, as people are searching Bitcoin more and more on Google, on YouTube, and want to bring some good, valuable content and make it easy to understand and easy to get into the space. So again, thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe so you're seeing turn on the post notifications so you're seeing new videos come in. You're not missing this valuable information, and I will see you in the next video.